Hi, everyone. Welcome to Around the AJHL. My name is Nathan Crosby from the Brooks Bandits. He's Brandon Ewanchyshyn from the Spruce Grove Saints. Every week during this return to play season, we'll be bringing you a new episode, which will feature interviews with players from around the league. We have a great episode to kick things off with Corson Ceulemans from the Bandits and Gamache from the Saints, who will be joining us in a few minutes. But first, Brandon, how good does it feel for you to be back talking about the AJHL and restarting this season?
It's great. Lucky to be doing this show with you. Pleasure to be back. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air coming back into the office, going through the testing, seeing the players again, and getting to know that we're actually going to play some games this weekend. Believe it or not, 81 days in between competitive games for the Saints. I'm sure the Bandits are around the same number, November 21st till March 12th. So quite a while, but pumped to be back. I think I could speak for everybody across the league when we say the excitement of hockey's back, and there's no better place to be than at the rink.
Do have to mention, of course, we miss the fans so much, and it's going to be a little weird without them to start this return to play with no spectators in the building. But here we are talking about hockey and the conclusion of this season after it started in November. What are your thoughts on the cohorts? I mean, we have 5 different ones: Okotoks, Calgary, Brooks. Then you have Olds, Drumheller, Camrose, another pod of Grand Prairie, Whitecourt, Drayton Valley. And then you have 2 cohorts that feature just 2 teams. Your team, the Saints, with Fort McMurray, and then Bonnyville and Sherwood Park. Your thoughts on the matchups and how we go into the first month of this season?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I credit the AJHL, Alberta Health Services, everybody that was involved in getting this return to play plan going, approved, and now implemented. The cohorts is the best way to do it, in my mind. It's almost similar to what the NHL is doing, where they're playing the same team 3 times in a row. In our case with Fort Mac, it's going to be 8 times in a row, which it's going to be a bit of a playoff type feel, I think, when you get to games 6, 7, and 8. The first couple might be a little bit of a preseason-like feel, but I think it's great. And for you guys as well, going up against the Okotoks Oilers and the Calgary Canucks, no better way than to restart the season against some familiar rivals. And I think regardless of who teams are playing, I think they're just excited to get back on the ice and play somebody. I know that we've never been more excited to drive to Fort McMurray to play a hockey game in our entire life. So it's going to be lots of fun.
Going to be lots of fun. Speaking of fun, Jackpots for Junior Hockey presented by Remax, happening every weekend in March. The ticket sales begin Friday morning at 9 a.m. and conclude Sunday evening at 9 p.m. So 3 days you have an opportunity to buy tickets. And it's a great initiative by both the AJHL and the Western Hockey League to collaborate on this fundraiser. And we already saw some people win some money on the first weekend. So don't forget, every weekend in March, this will be happening.
Like you said, Nathan, it's a great initiative put forth by the Western League, AJHL, and the government to try help offset some costs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As you know, no ticket sales, limited sponsorship revenue. So buying a ticket for Jackpots for Junior Hockey will go to support the 20 junior teams within Alberta, the 5 Alberta-based Western League teams, then, of course, the 15 Alberta Junior Hockey League teams.
So each week, Brandon and I will bring a new episode with interviews with players from around the league. We'll try to have a North Division player and a South Division player. Although I don't know if those even exist this year because, of course, they're in the cohorts. But anyways, we have Gamache from the Saints. He's coming up in a bit. But first, we're going to talk to Bandits defenseman Corson Ceulemans. It's great to catch up with you, Corson. How good does it feel to be back on the ice practicing with your teammates ahead of the restart to the season here?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. But it feels great to be back on the ice with all the boys and just getting to see everybody again. And we're having a lot of fun. Everybody's excited to be back on the ice, so it's been great so far.
I know you're a top-ranked prospect for the upcoming NHL draft. How important was it for you to get back out onto the ice and play some more games and get a chance to showcase your skills even further ahead of that draft?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I'm very thankful that the Alberta government and the league was able to work together to get us these games. A lot of other prospects are playing, so I'm just grateful that I can get back on the ice and showcase my skills for the draft.
Corson, how hard has the last 4 months been to stay not only in shape physically, but mentally as well?
Yeah, I'd say the physical side is probably more. It's probably easier than the mental side. And, I was able to work out in my friend's basement. They got a good setup there, and get on the outdoor rinks and stuff was always nice. The mental side, though, it's challenging just to be able to sit back and watch all the other guys play hockey that you're competing against is tough. But we're back going now, and it's very exciting.
Building off that question, what was your initial reaction like, positive-wise, when you got the news from the coach and the GM that you guys were going to come back to the rink and you guys were going to play again? Mentally, what was that like? Just a big sigh of relief?
Yeah, definitely. It was just a huge weight lifted off our shoulders. I think not only for myself, but everybody. We were all itching to get back. Guys are working for college commitments, so it's just as big for them as it is for me. So it was really exciting to get that news.
Corson, just want to piggyback on something Brandon asked you earlier, just about with the NHL draft coming up. What are some of the things that is on your checklist of what you want to accomplish here in the next few months to help your stock rise?
I think the biggest thing is just working within the team. If the team doesn't have success, then I can't have success. So just focusing on the team aspect, I think, winning games. I think winning games is huge. Hopefully, I can maintain my current point trajectory, but that's not the biggest thing. I think just playing within the team and making sure I'm helping the guys around me and they're going to help me get better. So I think just feeding off each other is going to be huge for me for the draft.
Corson, I was lucky enough to come down to Brooks for the National Junior Championship a few seasons ago. I know the Bandit fans are crazy loud. They support you guys, but unfortunately there's no fans in the stands for this little restart of the season. How much is that going to affect you guys on the ice, or do you rely more on bench energy for that sort of thing?
Yeah, the fans are definitely huge in Brooks. We have a great arena and a great town support. So the fans are huge here, but we know they're still supporting us from off the ice or whatever. They're listening to radio or watching hockey TV. But we're really good at creating bench energy too. We got a lot of personalities on our team that are able to kind of bring that upbeat feeling and get all the guys going.
One final one for me, Corson. You just mentioned the word team, and I just want to ask about the team that you're on. Where do you find, or where do you see the strengths of this Bandits team heading into this restart?
I think we got tons of depth and tons of skill, tons of smarts. A lot of our returning guys, they've been in the situation before. They played last year, so they're ready to get going, just like myself. And then a lot of the new guys we have, they're all really smart players, really good skaters, really competitive, and they just our fourth line could be anybody's first line. So it really speaks to the depth of players we have here and the smarts and skills that they bring, which is amazing.
We're really looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to watching you this year. Best of luck with the season there, Corson, and thanks again for doing this with us.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for having me.
Corson Ceulemans from the Brooks Bandits joining us here on Around the AJHL. Now we are going to flip it to the North Division and catch up with Graham Gamache.
As Around the AJHL continues, I'm Brandon Ewanchyshyn alongside Nathan Crosby. We're now joined by Spruce Grove Saints forward Graham Gamache. Graham, what's it like for you guys in that room, getting to go back on the ice and this weekend get back to competition play?
Everybody's super pumped up, and obviously we're excited to be back. We had a long break there, but we're super fortunate to be back and that the league's starting up, so everybody's pumped to go, and I think we'll be ready.
Hey, Graham, what was the first practice like for your team after such a long layoff?
We started off just getting the legs going, a lot of full ice drills, and we got a lot of new guys, so it was just a lot of getting to know the guys and kind of finding out how your teammates are. But it was really fun. All the guys have good spirits about it, so it was good.
Graham, named captain of the Spruce Grove Saints earlier this week. A lot of great players have worn that C on their chest. What was it like for you to receive the news that you're going to be wearing the C for the rest of this season?
Yeah, obviously it's a huge honor, and to be a captain of organization like the Spruce Grove Saints is amazing. And like we have the saying that we play for the legacy, and it's just an honor to continue that legacy as a group, and to be able to lead a group like that is amazing for me.
I think of some of the great Saint players over the year that have worn the C. How would you describe the feeling knowing that your name has been added to that list, along with your fellow teammates who are also now in leadership roles?
Yeah, it's it's kind of it's a burden that everybody wants to take on, and I'm super excited to do that. But obviously, there's been some great players, so I gotta keep that standard that they've held, and I'm super excited to do that, and I think I can do that. And I have a great leadership group along with me that's wearing the A's, so it's been great so far.
Believe it or not, 81 days in between games is what it's going to be. A lot of turnover in that time. 10 new players added to the Spruce Grove Saints roster. How is that inside the dressing room, welcoming, inviting, and getting all those guys up to speed ahead of this weekend's games?
You know what? We've tried to get everyone on the same page as much as possible in the last few days, and I think the coaching staff and all the players have accepted the structure and kind of the culture of the team really well. We recruit the best guys, and everyone's been super nice, and just we've welcomed them in, and now they're just part of our team, and we can just keep on rolling.
Hey, Graham, what would be the strengths of your team, or how would you describe the strengths of the team heading into this restart?
I think our strengths is just sticking to our culture. Like, we get our culture on a piece of paper. Everyone has to know it. So everyone's on the same page, which helps a lot. And, we got great coaching, and all the boys have very hard work ethic every practice. Nobody complains about anything, and we get our work done. So that's all you can do to be the best.
And just a follow-up to that, considering that for now you guys will be just facing one other team, how do you see that matchup with Fort Mac, which will be the only team you will see for the next month?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of like a playoff series. So you're going to have to learn along the way, and you just stick with what you have. And as I said, you just learn what the other team's going to do, and you can change up based on that. But I think it's going to be really fun because at the start of the year, they were 4-0 and we're 3-1. So I think it's going to be a good matchup.
It'll be a good battle for sure. Graham, what was it like for you in the time that you were away from the rink and you weren't able to see your teammates or the guys very often? What was it like for you mentally? I know it wore on a lot of people throughout this world that they weren't allowed to do certain things. How was it for yourself?
I found it not too bad. I was able to work out, and I was watching video with my skills coach. So I was doing everything that I could to keep on getting better while we weren't on the ice or anything, and still kept in touch with my teammates. But obviously it's great to see them back at the rink and build more personal relationships with the new guys as well.
Graham, I wish we were having a Brooks Spruce Grove game sometime soon. Maybe, who knows? But best of luck in this restart and this return to play, and good luck to the Saints. And thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That'll wrap up episode number 1 of Around the AJHL. Special thanks to Corson, Ceulemans, Graham Gamache, for Nathan Crosby. I am Brandon Ewanchyshyn, saying so long, and we'll see you next week after the first of many AJHL games to come here in this restart.